What's up guys, Taylor inside of Tower Defense Simulator, and today I'm going to show you guys how to beat the Duck Hunt game mode. It's the new limited time event. Unfortunately, this is the second event that doesn't have an event tower, the first one being the Metaverse Champions event, but it's okay. We have some new skins. They aren't the greatest skins, but you know, it's something to keep us entertained and something for us to grind for. The update also brings the Engineer Tower, which I will be making a video about probably as my next video. But yeah, today I'm going to show you guys how to beat the Duck Hunt game mode, and then in a different video we'll show everything off. So what we're going to use is we are going to use the minigunner, the militant, the ranger, the rocketeer, and the sniper. Now I know that rocketeer is something that most of you guys are probably going to disagree with. However, the Rocketeer can actually be kind of useful in this event because of how much spam there is and how little health all of it has. If you want to use Mortar, you can also use Mortar. However, it might not be such a good idea because it would take away space for your snipers. If you have Executioner, then I would definitely use Executioner over Sniper. If you have Accelerator, definitely use that. But we're going to pretend that you don't have that. You might be wondering where is Commander and DJ. That's something that we're going to hope that our teammates have. If you don't want to take the chance, you can either replace. You can just swap out Rocketeer for one of these, or you can swap out Ranger. But Ranger is kind of risky, so I would suggest just swapping out Rocketeer for only one of them. But we're just going to get right into this. So we have our towers. We're going to assume that we don't have friends to play with, unfortunately, and that we're just going to have to play with randoms. Now, if the randoms have event towers, then I can't really control that. But usually you see a lot of people with Executioner doing the event. Yeah, we should be able to do this pretty easily, even if they don't have the tower. So we've gotten into the game, and as expected, we have Executioners down, and this is something that you're also going to want to do. This lobby of people, it doesn't really seem to kind of know what they're doing exactly, but they're on the right track basically. But you kind of want to just have one person clearing out plots. But with the starting cache, you should be able to clear out this entire row. We're going to rebuild these two towers just real quick since they didn't do it. And what we're going to do is we're going to place a militant right here just for some early defense. You can upgrade it to level 1 if you want. Unfortunately, the game hasn't fully loaded yet. And then we're also going to place one right here. If there's no one else that placed down starters, you're also going to want them in the spots of where the two Executioners right here are. But we should be fine. So, depending on how they upgrade the Executioners will depend on if we actually want to do our next move, because we need the Executioners to be at least level 2, so he has the double-bladed axe. Otherwise, it's not really going to work out all that well on the flying enemies. So we're just gonna have to wait to see if they upgrade the Executioner. Also, I would suggest not skipping any of these waves. And yep, they did, so we're all good. If they didn't, or if they just didn't place them at all, we'd have to place our snipers. But I wouldn't suggest skipping any waves because it actually doesn't give you cash. Because the only way that you get cash is when you complete a wave fully, or when you get money from this centerpiece right here. And the value from that increases when you clear out places. So we have the golden minigunner down. Obviously, it doesn't have the buff right now because it's only level 1. We're going to place down a Rocketeer real quick. We're just going to close that because we don't need to see all the spam. We're just going to place down a Rocketeer real quick. We don't really need them yet, so if you don't want to place it down yet, it's fine. But we're just going to place down 2 real quick right there. Just that way, it can deal with some of the spam. Now you might see like, bro, sell that. Bro, sell these Rocketeers. Well, later in the game, they can actually help us out a lot. So we're just going to ignore this guy real quick. I'm sorry if you're watching this video. I know that this seems like a very bad idea. Yeah. So it's okay. We actually have a lot of money right now. So This guy also brought Commando. I don't know why he brought Commando, but you know, I shouldn't really be saying that because everyone's wondering like, why did you bring Rocketeer? But once you have about 3,000 cash, if you brought the Ranger, you're going to want to place it down. So yeah, we have the Ranger right here. Unfortunately, this guy just kept spamming the chat, so I had to block him. I'm gonna unblock him at the end of the game because I don't want to be rude. But he was kind of just spamming the chat. So I don't really want to just see that number just go up and up. But here's the flying guys. This is where the executioners and snipers are needed. I don't know why the game still hasn't fully loaded. It's wave 9 now, and it still hasn't loaded fully. But we actually have a good team right here, because they've cleared out most of this. And this is where Pangu comes in. And Pangu actually, I know that he has a lot of health, so a lot of players are scared of him at first. But he isn't really that difficult. He also can't kill you, so just keep that in mind. All that he does is he walks around and uses laser to stun your towers. So yeah, now we have a level 3 golden minigunner, so it's going to slightly help us because it has the buff now. But it's even if you just had a normal minigunner, it would be fine. We're going to upgrade our Rocketeers just a little bit. We're also going to need that larger explosion later on. Plus that extra damage, just for that, just that way we can deal with the harder spam. Around wave 16 though, you're probably going to want to sell them, so don't invest in them any further than level 3. You don't need them maxed out at all, it's kind of just useless for this. Yeah, we're just gonna do this. So we are just waiting for Pangu to die. You can spend the time in between waves just slowly going at him. I would suggest turning your Ranger to strongest, that way it doesn't just aim for spam, and instead it always aims at Pangu. So that way you can get rid of him, because his stuns are very annoying. So we're just going to want to get him away as soon as possible, but otherwise there's not really much going on. Since our team was super good and is focusing on minigunners now, we can just keep focusing on Rangers while they do minigunners. However, if they weren't doing minigunners like this, then I would suggest getting some of your own minigunners. Unfortunately, my game is lagging. So yeah, it's a little bit unfortunate. Finally, it registered that we actually placed a tower. So we're going to try to upgrade it. I'm spam clicking the button right now though. It's very laggy. I don't know why it suddenly got laggy. But yeah, it's not really working all of a sudden. Also, I don't know why I placed a second one. Like, I get that I aimed over again, but like, I didn't even have enough money for it. So I don't know why it placed it. But it works out because we have enough money to upgrade that fully. So yeah, we're doing good. So we have 4 Rangers on this cliff right here. Now, at this time, you're going to want to see where the DJ is, and you're going to want to place Rangers on the area closest to it, so that way you can get that discount, which in this case is right here. Okay, there's kind of bad hitboxes on this. They need to kind of fix that, but it's okay. Basically, you just want the discounts from the DJ. So you're going to do that. We're going to set all of our Rangers to strongest still, because we don't want them killing the spam if there's a boss. So yeah, there's not really much going on. Just do this. If you want, just for a little bit extra money, you can sell your militants now. It's not that much extra money, but it'll give you a little bit. And yeah, they aren't really needed anymore, because we have like minigunners down and we have almost max executioners. So yeah, we are doing pretty good so far. About wave 18 or 19, you should have almost all of the plots done and finished now. Also, if you haven't already, you can sell your Rocketeers now. So there we go. And my teammates have helped me start placing down Rangers now, so that's very nice. But what we're going to want to do now is we're just going to finish off the Rangers real quick. And we're going to want to get the last plots that we have remaining. So there's one, and there's the last one. So now we are inside of the last wave. As soon as we complete these waves, there's just going to be a bunch of Pangus that you have to kill. It'll be okay. And this time we actually did very good. And I know that you guys might think it's because you're using pay-to-win towers. You have Executioner, you have Golden Minigunner, and Accelerator, and Toxic Gunner too. But it really doesn't actually rely on these towers. I did this, and although we did a little bit worse, we practically still did just as good. So we only had like 200 less health, which at this point it's really not even necessary. So we're just gonna place down a few minigunners. You can do like 1 or 2. Just that way we have a little bit of extra protection. Mainly if your group didn't get that many minigunners, you're going to want to get a lot more. But now we are on the last wave, which is Wave Duck, and here's Ducky Doom. He also has some Pangus. These Pangus sometimes actually have more health. I don't know if that was a bug, but like this Pangu for some reason has 12,000 health, and then there is Ducky Doom right there. So at this point, you're just going to want to max out the Rangers that you have. It doesn't really matter how you max them out, if you get them all to level 4 and then max them out, or if you just go 1 by 1 maxing them out. Preferably, in my opinion, I like to max them out 1 by 1. But it really doesn't matter. At this point, this is really where the Rangers are needed. If you don't have Rangers, then you've kind of lost at this point. Like, not necessarily, but like, if you only have 2 Rangers and the rest of your group is just minigunners, you're going to have a lot harder time and lose a lot more health. See, for now, the accelerators, although they're still doing a ton of damage, they're kind of useless now because all they can do is kill the spam, since Ducky Doom's usually going to be out of their range. The only time that they'll actually be able to hit him is if he comes in to this area, but if we do well, he shouldn't even have to come inside of this area. But we're still doing pretty good. But yeah, basically at this point, it's impossible to not lose health. So if you guys lose health, don't panic. You're not supposed to be able to do this with full health. Yeah, we're doing very good right now. We just need to keep getting money. And if you have medic, if one of your teammates has medic, then that's very good. And honestly, at this point, you kind of don't really need some of your minigunners. Like, still keep them because there's spam. But since we have a ton of them, of the golden minigunners, we can sell ours because they aren't really contributing all that much. And we can invest that money into Rangers. So there we go. And yeah, he's at 180,000 health right now. But soon he's going to be dead. Yeah, so that's kind of honestly it. I'll cut back to when like he's super low. But there's not really much else that you need to see. Like, this is honestly kind of just waiting. We got a good accelerator burst off there. But yeah, we'll be back when he's at like 25,000 health. Guys, he's at 25,000 health. It's only been like a minute since I last was here, and as you can see, he's practically already dead. I didn't even get to finish that sentence, and he was pretty much dead. Also, just okay, this is very depressing. There we go. Just something to know. Once he gets to about 100,000 HP, he then uses his missile launcher attack, which is very spammy. It can hit a lot of your towers and spam stun. He'll also spawn in more Pangus. I think there was like 3 Pangus at one point that just kept spam stunning everything in the middle, which is again really when you need your Rangers and your medics if you have the medics. But yeah, that's going to be it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you guys are new to the channel, or you want to see some more Roblox Tower Defense Simulator. And everybody, peace out.